Tom, thanks so much for being with us. This has been an exciting year for the Phillies. I love listening to you and Crucky in the booth. And you know what? They win 8 of their last 11 games and they're in. How do they do it?
Well, I think it starts with getting home and taking care of the business against the Mets and also the Pirates. Now, that's not looking past today because they've had a decent road trip. They took 2 of 3 from the Cardinals, and they still have a chance to win this series here today. But they play so much better, Alana, at home. That's why it's so important for them to get the home field advantage in the wild card, because the Phillies fans lift up this team. They lift everybody up when we're playing postseason games. So I think they've got to pitch better from a starting standpoint. If they can all take a carbon copy of what Zack Wheeler did in Game 1 against the Braves and take that into the final stretch of the season, they're going to be in really good shape.
Yeah, today is the rubber match between the Braves and the Phillies. You know, the Braves have won 8 of 12 meetings so far. We know what the Phillies can do. Just go back to last postseason. How important do you think it is to kind of have that mindset of, you know what, we can beat these Braves. Let's get this rubber match today.
It sounds weird because we're 4-8 against them this season, but the Phillies do think they can beat the Braves, particularly in a short series. So if they can, they just have to take care of business on their own and make sure that they are the number 1 seed. So they host those 3 games, whether it's against the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, the Marlins, whoever it is. So they host those games. But they definitely think that they can, if they get into the postseason, they can make a similar run to what they made last year. And a lot of it weighs on the guy who's throwing today, Alana. You know, it hasn't been a great September for Aaron Nola. And in fact, he had a very short outing last time out against the Cardinals. He's still trying to figure some things out. It's been a sort of an up and down year for him. A lot of big run innings for him. And that's sort of unlike him in past years. If he's effective, then you've got Wheeler and Nola as a 1 and 2, and then you can put Suarez as the Game 3 starter. And I think you're in really good shape against anybody that you match up against.
4.62 earned run average, Tom. It's the worst since his rookie year. You mentioned the big innings. What do you think is ailing him?
You know, it's when somebody gets on base. It's the weirdest thing, Alana. I don't know if teams are picking something up mechanically, but they run on him, which is something that's always happened. He's instituted a slide step, which hopefully that will help him today against Ronald Acuna and the rest of the Braves. But he just can't stop the run when these teams get multiple runs in an inning. It's usually the 3rd or 4th for him. It's just from the stretch. There's something there. The command isn't there down and away in the end of the strike zone. And it is a focal point for him coming into this start today and then his last couple of starts before the postseason.
And you mentioned that 1-2 punch between Wheeler and Nola. Wheeler's been great. He may have an ERA that's too high, Tom, to be considered for the National League Cy Young Award, but batter for batter, he has been one of the most dominant pitchers in the National League. What's made him so effective?
Well, I think his consistency at the outer edge of the strike zone, his ability to have that run on his sinker and his four-seamer, which is very similar from a velocity standpoint. Now, he's had a lot of bad luck as well. If you take analytics, if you put analytics into it and take a look at his FIP, his numbers should be better than what his ERA is. I actually think that he's been affected by the liberal scoring this year on certain occasions early on. I know things are starting to shift a little bit from that standpoint, but there's certain plays early on this year that probably should have been errors that were scored hits, and I think that's affected his ERA in a lot of ways. But I think if you look at take a deeper dive into the analytic numbers, the projection is that his ERA should be much lower, the expected ERA and the FIP. And I think that's a big deal. He's been really good. He was outstanding the other day. I mean, he really was. His fastball had life on it. And he's so chill, too, Alana. I mean, he's intense as a competitor, but nothing really phases the guy.
All right, well, somebody send some food to the official scorer. Let's get some of those hits turned back into errors. All right, Michael Lorenzen for a second. I loved this pickup, Tom, when he became a Philly. He had a no-hitter. You saw the stuff. He struggled a little bit, though, since that no-hitter, an ERA above 9. Comes out of the bullpen yesterday. What's his role moving forward?
I think it's going to be that, Alana. I think he's going to be sort of a piggyback guy or a 1 or 2 inning guy. He did say to Rob Thompson today, he said, listen, I'm trying to figure it out. This is the ultimate team guy, the ultimate team guy. He apologized last night because it would have been a totally different game if he had been able to handle the Braves in the 1 inning or less than 1 inning that he pitched. So changeup has been the big thing. He can't find the same movement that he had during that no-hitter. And velocity's fine. It's just really command of that fastball and the changeup. But I just think he can be an asset as the season moves on. Maybe not as a starter, but out of the bullpen. And man, is he a competitor. And I love the team guy part of it because this is a clubhouse that is fantastic, and they bring people in, and he's one of those guys that fits right in.